Hello everyone, this video is for grade 9, day 25, chapter 4 and the topic is linear equation in two variables. In this video, we are going to learn to plot graph of a linear equation in two variables. We know that ax plus by plus c equals to 0 is the standard form of the equation of linear equation in two variables where a and b should not be equals to 0. So here are the steps. First, we have to express y in terms of x, or also you can express x in terms of y. It's on you. In this video, I have explained both the ways. Suppose if you are expressing y in terms of x, then you have to choose some convenient value of x and find the corresponding value of y satisfying the given equation. After that, write down these values of x and y in the form of a table. Then plot the order pairs x and y from the table on the graph paper. After that, join these points by a straight line and extend it in both the direction. The straight line is the required graph of the equation ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Let's understand this with the following example. The question is, draw the graph of the equation 2x minus y plus 3 equals to 0, and using the graph I have to find the value of y when x equals to a and x equals to minus 3. Remember, I have to use graph. Directly I cannot find the value. That I'll put the value of x equals to this in the given equation, I'll find the value of y. That you can do to cross check, but to cross check your answer whether whatever you are getting from the graph is right or not. But ultimately you have to find the answer of x equals to 2, the value of y, by graphical method only. I'll show you how to find the answer using graphical method. So whenever you get question like that, the first step is that here I am writing x in terms of y, because as I can see that y has no coefficient. The coefficient of y is 1, right? So I find this way convenient over here. So y is expressed in terms of x. Now after that, since y equals to 2x plus 3, now one by one I'll put the value of x as 0, 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2, and I'll get the value of y, different values of y, by putting the values of x in the given equation. So normally I suggested you in the last video to take a 0, then 1 and minus 1. Like you should get one positive value, you should get one negative value, so that you can extend the line in both the direction and you can get a proper graph. That's why normally we take all the values, positive, negative, both. If you wish, you can take only positive values, but if you take negative values also, 0 also and positive value also, that will help you out to extend the graph in both the direction and see it properly. So here, if for x equals to 0, 2 into 0 plus 3, the value of y is 3. Similarly, for x equals to minus 1, the value of y is 1. Similarly, you will put the value, different values of x, and you will get the different values of y. Again, here the answer will vary from student to student. Like some may take 5 at place of minus 1, you may take 5, you will get the different value of y. You may take 3, you will get a different value of y. So it depends, right? But the nature of graph is going to be same in all the case. So whatever values I got here from the calculation, I have just written it in the form of tabular form. So x equals to 0, y equals to how much? 3. So 0, 3, x equals to 1, y equals to how much? 5. So 1, 5. So likewise I have written. Now I know that these are the coordinates of the points. If I have to represent, I know that the point A has the coordinates 0, 3. Then point B has the coordinates 1, 5. That is x and that is y. Point this we have learned in coordinate geometry only. Point C minus 1, 1. Point D 2 and 7, and point E minus 2 and minus 1. So here you can take some other points also, like P, Q, R, S, T also. Here I have considered A, B, C, D, E, right? Now we have to represent all the given points on the graph sheet. Now you check the range of x and y. The x is starting from 1, minus 2 and ending at 2. And the y is till 7 it's going, right? So likewise we have to plots. So this is my graph sheet, as you can see here. So first of all, I'll draw a point. So from here I am doing it. You know how to draw axis on a Cartesian plane, right? So that we have studied in coordinate geometry itself. So this is my, suppose this is my y-axis. The line should be straight, it should not deviate from its path. By arrow we can show that it is in continuation. So this is how we represent. I'll mark it as 0. Again here I am taking one block as 1 unit. This one large block, that means 10 small division equals to 1 unit. Okay, so here I'm considering this as 1 unit. So this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is my x-axis. This is my x dash, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. More I'll not write because I don't need it right now, so I'll not waste my time. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. More I'll not write right now. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7. More I'll not write. This is my y dash and this is my y. First of all, I'll do the scaling. Scaling for x axis and y axis, both you have to write as it is same for both, but still I'll write one block, one large block equals to 1 division. Also y axis, it's the same, one large block equals to 1 division. That I'll write. Okay, so now I'll just represent the point, which is the last step. The first point is a 0, 3. So x is 0, y is 3, so it will lie somewhere here. The second is b, which is 1 and 5. So this is 1 and this is 5. The third point is x equals to 1 and y equals to minus 1. So x equals to 1 and x equals to minus 1 and y equals to 1. So this is here. The fourth point is x equals to 2 and y equals to 7. Here this is my 8. This is my 9. And the last point is x equals to minus 2 and y equals to minus 1. So this is my last point. So I have represented all the points. Now the last step is that join all the points using a scale, and it should be a straight line. Why I am saying that it should be a straight line? Because it's important that it is exactly meeting at the same point. So likewise I'll join. So after joining it, what you can do to show it it should be prominent. So here I am drawing a circle so that it should look good and it becomes clear also. And by arrow you can show that it is extending in both the direction. Now the point were, this is my point A, that is 0 and 3. I'll write the coordinates also. So as you can see that after joining it, now I am writing the coordinates so that it should not become clumsy. For B 1, 5, that is 1 and 5. This is my point B, which is 1 and 5. After that my point C, which is minus 1 and 1. This is my point C, which is minus 1 and 1. After that point D, which is my 2 and 7. X equals to 2, y equals to 7. This is my point D, which is equals to 2 and 7. And at last the point E, which is minus 2 and minus 1. So this is my point E, which is minus 2 and minus 1. So this is my line and this is the equation. This is the graph. This is the line of equation y equals to 2x plus 3. That also I'll write at the top, so that this shows that this straight line is for this given equation, y equals to 2x plus 3. So this is a way to represent a line graphically, linear equation in two variable graphically. So this is how we represent. Also from the question, it was being asked that I have to find the value of y when x equals to 2. Now see, x equals to 2. So what you do, I have to find the value of y for x equals to 2. Draw a perpendicular line and let's see at what point it meets. So from 2, I'll draw a perpendicular line. Here I already have got the solution. That's why it's the same thing. So for x equals to 2, it is meeting the graph here, and this graph here is meeting the y-axis at 7. So I can write that for x equals to 2, y equals to 7. Another one was that for x equals to minus 3, I have to find the solution. For x equals to minus 3, what is the value of the graph? That also I have to find, right? Now see, this is my minus 3, x equals to minus 3, this is my minus 3. I'll draw a perpendicular line from x equals to minus 3, because that I have to find the value of y. So this is my perpendicular line. You show it by dotted line, not the solid line, because that is not the actual line. That's why I'll show it using dotted line. Now this is meeting the main line at this point. At this point, see the value of y. So from here I'll draw a perpendicular line. So at which point it's meeting y? At minus 3, isn't it? So for x equals to minus 3, y equals to minus 3 also. You can check it. My main equation was y equals to 2x plus 3. This you don't have to do in exam. Here I am just checking it to check. Y equals to 2x plus 3. For x equals to minus 3, see the value. Minus 3 plus 3. So minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3. So from calculation I am getting minus 3, and from graph also I am getting y equals to minus 3. Therefore my graph is absolutely right. So here I have verified also. So in the same question I have shown you how to verify and how to plot the graph. Both things I have showed you in the same graph, right? Now let's see the second question. The second question is, I have to draw the graph of the equation 2x plus 3y equals to 11, and from the graph I have to find the value of y at x equals to 7 and x equals to minus 8. Both I have to find. Okay, so there are two ways, as I said that. First what I can do is that here, as you can see that here I have 2x plus 3y equals to 11. So here I have, as normally I prefer even number, or either x should not have any coefficient, or I prefer the even number for my ease. The calculation becomes much easier. So I can choose this way, that I can express x in terms of y. From there is method 1, and second is that I can express y in terms of x, but at denominator I am getting 3. So I find this bit difficult for me. So what I am doing is I am going with method number 1. But again I said that it's on you. You can choose any of the way, whichever you want to. So you can choose any of the way. So here x equals to 11 minus 3y by 2. This method I am choosing. So for y equals to 0, x equals to 5.5. Y equals to 1, x equals to, on calculation I am getting 4. For y equals to minus 1, I am getting x equals to 7. So these are the three values. Now to represent a line I need at least 2 values, but normally I prefer to take 4 or 5 values, because in that way your graph become more clear and your answer is then less chances of any error also. So now I'm going to represent all the 3 points on the number line, right? So on the graph sheet I'm going to represent, as in the same question I have to find the value of x equals to 7 for x equals to 8 as well. That means the range of x should be wider. So I'll calculate the number of blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have enough blocks to represent. So here I am drawing the Cartesian plane. All the axes must be perpendicular. Now this is my y. As you can see that here I am drawing my y-axis. It's important to mention the axis, so do not forget to mention the axis. First always write the axis. This is my 0 origin, this is my y, and this is my y dash. Again I'll label all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and similarly here also I'll write -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, and -9. Similarly here it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and here it will be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. -6 only I am doing it. After that I'll do the scaling because this is important. Scaling, 1 large block equals to 1 division. This is for x and y axis both, so only one time I have written 1 large block equals to 1 division. This is the scaling part, right? Now the numbers are, the point was x equals to 5.5 and y equals to 0. Now where is 5.5? This is my 5 and this is my 6, right? So the midpoint between this is my 5.5, so definitely there are 10 blocks, so this is my 5th block. So this is my 5.5 and y equals to 0. So first point will lie somewhere here. The second point is x equals to 4 and y equals to 1. So this is my second point. And the third point is x equals to 7 and y equals to -1. So this is my third point, right? So as you can see that I got the 3 points. Now what I'll do, I'll join it with the scale. With the help of a scale, I'll join all the points. So this is my scale. This is how I'll join the 3 points. Right? So this is how I'll join it. If you wish, you can extend it further. You can label it as A with coordinate x equals to 4, y equals to 1. B as coordinate x equals to 5.5, y equals to 0. And C as coordinate x equals to 7, y equals to -1. So these are the 3 points. Once you have represented all the 3 points, I have to answer also. I have to find the value of y when x equals to 7. So the value of y when x equals to 7, that already we know that the value of y for x equals to 7 is -1, because from here only we got. So for x equals to 7, definitely I'll draw a perpendicular line, and if I'll join this, then definitely I'm going to get that same for x equals to 7, y equals to -1. Also I have to find the value of y for x equals to -8. Now for x equals to -8, which means this, I have to extend it further, I think. So here I am extending it further. So if I'll extend it further, as you can see that for x equals to minus 8, right? So how to find the value of y at x equals to minus 8? This is my x equals to minus 8, right? So I'll just join a perpendicular line from minus 8 to the given line. So here this is my perpendicular. I'll represent it using a dotted line because that is not my point. Now see at which point it intersect the slope here. Now again from here I'll draw a line which is perpendicular to the y-axis. So this is perpendicular to the y-axis. Where it is meeting? It is meeting at 9. So for x equals to minus 8, y equals to 9. You can also cross check to check. You don't have to do this in exam on the graph sheet. If you wish to check, my main equation was what? My main equation was x equals to 11 minus 3y by 2, right? So for x equals to minus 8, y equals to 9. So put the value of 9 over here. Y minus 3 into 9 by 2. That is 11 minus 27 by 2. Isn't it? This is what we are getting over here. So I am getting here minus 16 by 2, which is equals to minus 8. So for x equals to minus 8, y equals to 9. So from calculation part also this has been verified. So this is the verification part that you're not supposed to do in the exam. This I am doing for just to cross check whether the answer is right or not. And from graphically also I am getting the same answer. So this is my point. Since I can mark it as D for x equals to minus 8, y equals to 9. That also I will represent, and this already I have represented in the graph only. So this is how we solve question based on graph. So I hope this concept is clear to all of you. So based on that, I am giving you few assignment question to solve, to practice. In case of any doubt, you can write your views in the comment box, and here are your assignment questions. So you can go through the question and you can solve it. You can use any of the reference book to practice the question. NCERT is definitely must. And in case of any queries, you can write it in the comment box. Thank you, and subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed yet.